Hey guys, I'll be showing you a really cool website. It's a study website called Quizlet. Some of you have probably used it before in your classes, but I'm going to show it to you again today. It's just an awesome free website that offers you some study tools. You can create flashcards to study from. There's a few other types of study modes is what Quizlet calls them. And there's even a couple study games that you can play. So let's go to the website. Quizlet.com. And if you don't already have an account, you need to click sign up right here in the upper right hand corner and type in your email and create a username. I'm just going to sign in with my username. Okay, so once you're in, you can join or create a class over here if you know that your class already has study materials. So if I was in Mr. Smith's math class, I could look for the study materials that he created if they were open for his class to view. Let's go back to the home page. If you want to create your own set of flashcards with your own terms and definitions, then you go up here to the top and push create a set. So you can title it, let's make some flashcards for German vocab. You can add a description if you want, but you don't have to. And then you can choose who you want it to be visible to. I'm going to choose, I just want me to see it. Okay, and then if you're doing English vocab, you're obviously going to choose English for both sides. But we're doing German, so just click on that. And let's say I'm typing in a word, put the definition over here. Another cool feature about Quizlet is that, let's see, I'll do the same word again, even though you probably won't make two cards for the same word, but just to show you, you can auto-define if you're too lazy to type it in or if you don't know the definition already, and it'll fill it in for you. Okay, for the sake of time, I've already created the German vocab terms and definitions. Okay, and in here are these study modes that I was talking about: flashcards, learn, speller, and test. And here are the two games that you can play, Scatter and Space Race. I'm going to show you what each of these look like. So it'll show you your word. You can click on the card and it'll flip it around. Basically just a digitized version of normal flashcards. Cool thing about Quizlet, hopefully you can hear it when I do this next one, but if you have your audio on, it'll speak the words to you. So I'm going to do that right now.
Der Computer.
Computer.
Those voices are kind of funny if you could hear that. Okay, but that's just what the flashcards look like. You can click on Learn. This study mode has one side of the card right here. You type in what you think the other side is, and it'll tell you if you're correct or incorrect. Under Speller, this one you need audio for because it'll say it through the computer and you have to type exactly what you hear. So I am just going to turn on my audio. Hopefully you can hear this.
Das Auto.
And I type it in.
Der Computer.
And it just works like that. You need audio for it to work though.
Der Schnurrbart.
Okay, and the fourth study mode is test. This one's pretty cool because you can go over to the side and click what kind of question types you want. And Quizlet will, like if I don't want multiple choice, I'll unclick that, but I want written, matching, and true, false. Quizlet will create a test for you that you can study from. Gives it a more realistic feel of what it'll be, why you're studying. So there's also a couple of games that you can play. There's two under Scatter. Let's start this one. So for this, I just click the words to match each other, And this is a race against the clock kind of game. I'm not going very fast. But when you're done, it tells you how fast you did it and you can try again. And this second scatter game is similar. Click Start Game. And you drag your words and they disappear. And then it tells you, like the other one did, how fast you did it. The last game is called Space Race. So this one, the word goes across the page. You have to type it in before it leaves the page. It's just another fun way to study. Let's go back to the home page. So you can use all of these tools and study on a smartphone if you don't have a computer, if you just want to study on your phone for some reason, because Quizlet has apps for both iPhone and Android. This website can be useful to us as teachers as well as our students because we can have a class that helps each other study, even if they're not in the same room, which is really cool because they can add and edit what they write on the flashcards and yeah, with the Join or Create a Class I showed you guys earlier. Your class can also share insight and information with each other if the material is open for anyone to see, like I pointed out at the beginning. Quizlet is pretty easy to use for people who are comfortable doing at least simple things on a computer. I could see it being kind of difficult for the younger children to use if they don't have adult help. But if they're really, really young, they might not even need to know things like terms and definitions yet, so Quizlet wouldn't be something that they would use. I can see teachers being able to use Quizlet in an elementary classroom in a number of subjects. It might be good for learning terms in history. I could also see it being especially helpful if the students were learning new vocab. If I used Quizlet in a vocab unit, I would do exactly what I did with my German terms, except for the words we were learning, except for English words that we were learning in class. I'd create a set of flashcards, share it with all the students, and then have them be able to study from that material. I think it could be a lot more fun for some students because of the games and the racing against the time. It'd make learning words a little bit more fun. Some of the weaknesses of Quizlet are that you need a computer or smartphone to access it. So if you don't have one, or if you don't have access to one at the school or library, you can't use it at all. Also, if you have a computer but no audio available for some reason, you won't be able to play some of the games that have the audio included. This website would be difficult for the really, really young kids to navigate, and it would be difficult to even find purpose in using something like this for them. There are a lot of benefits, a lot of strengths of Quizlet. I've already listed some of them, but it can make learning terms and definitions more fun. It engages students in a new way that's a lot more interesting than taking actual flashcards and going through them over and over again. Also, students are more likely to stay engaged looking over these same terms over and over because there's variety in the study modes and games. It can also be shared with and even edited by multiple people, whether it's your own private group or anyone who wants to access the material. And that makes learning a more involved process, and students can get help from each other. Similar web tools out there, like Quizlet, are studystack.com, cramberry.net, and notes.com, spelled Knowtes. We can go to one of these really quick, but it's really similar to Quizlet. Let's go to studystack.com. So I don't have a username, but you can just click on a subject. And then just like Quizlet, you have flashcards that you can click on and it turns them around. And there's also some more games down here. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed my video and you should use Quizlet because it's a great study resource.